The market was strong, but look, let's head now to far north Queensland as Tropical Cyclone Jasper bears down on one of Australia's most productive farming regions. Joe Moro is the president of FNQ Growers and one of far north Queensland's best known mango growers, amongst lots of other things. Joe, many thanks for your time in Mareeba today. Just tell us what sort of preparations are being made there now as the tropical cyclone bears down.
Well, it depends where you are in far north Queensland. Up here where I am, it's just basically watching. We're harvesting right now, try to get as much fruit we can before we have to stop tomorrow. Some people have pulled out pumps. Some of the larcher growers have taken off nets. They're securing netting. So there's a general preparedness, but it depends where the cyclone crosses. For example, the Lakeland area, there's a lot of avocados and bananas up there. They would be doing different things, some harvesting, but also trying to minimise any damage. But until we know it crosses, it's very hard to say what the outcome. But we'll try to make sure we can get back into production as quick as we can.
Yeah, I was just having a look today and just some information about what's currently being picked in that region: bananas, sugarcane, citrus, pineapple, stone fruit, lychees, mangoes, and papaya. Just for the fruits alone. But obviously, yes, that does potentially play into the cost of living if there is any significant disruption to the production.
Well, look, we can only look at the past when Cyclone Larry and Yazi came through. It's travelling further north, so until it crosses, like I said, it's very hard to predict. But yeah, there probably will be some impact on production, and that could have a flow-on effect to prices. But it all depends where it crosses and how much damage it can do. The flooding is probably the bigger worry for some of us because in particular the cane growers along the coastal areas, they may be impacted negatively with some of the cane that's in the ground. And flooding could also damage some of the installations to irrigate and some of the low-lying crops. So it's early days, but it's a lot of concern. We're watching the maps, we're watching the radar, and we're taking whatever precautions. But yeah, there could be a flow-on effect down the track, but it's very hard to gauge. And it could be delays in harvest.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
I was going to say it's a bit bizarre, isn't it? Because obviously cyclones bring very heavy rains, which can cause damage. But ultimately, it's those very heavy rains that also provide the fertility, provide the nourishment for the fruits and the vegetables you're producing.
Well, we've got two critical dams that are in the warning zones. One is in the Burdekin, which is a bit further south from us here, and our dam, which we use a lot, which is Tenerife Dam. So those dams filling up are very important to us, and they keep production going for the following year. So there's a lot of what-ifs in what we're talking about. And if it was crossing closer to, say, Cairns or Innisfail, it would have a bigger impact. Crossing further north, it has maybe less of an impact, but those growers that are directly in the line of fire, they may be totally devastated. So we don't, and those growers obviously will find it very difficult to get their income in for that year, which is short periods of time. So we're going to watch it very closely. The department is working with us, and we're just going to have to see how we go over the next 24 hours.
Given the number of cyclone events, flooding events throughout Australia, just how easy is it to get insurance now for your type of operations?
Well, there's no such thing as crop insurance up this way. We don't have it. If you lose your crop, you lost your crop, and we can only then rely on whatever some of the disaster relief assistance that comes from the state and the federal government to help growers get through. And the growers in the Tully and Cardwell areas and Innisfail, when Larry and Yazi came through, had to borrow lots of money to stay in business, and some have never have recovered. So it has a big impact. And everybody's hoping that it's a very low category and only brings a fair bit of rain. We need the rain, as you pointed out. So it all depends on the what ifs. But yeah, there's no crop insurance.
Well, Joe, seriously, we wish you and all the growers up in that region the very best of luck, because they're going to need that as this comes through. And we'll stay in touch. And many thanks for your time today.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about the area. Thank you.